Welcome to the third episode of Protect the World, Africa. Every month this year, I'm visiting a different not-for-profit organisation from across the African continent. My goal is to share their stories with you in the form of 12 short documentaries. This month, I've travelled to the islands of Zanzibar, on the Tanzanian coast, to learn about an amazing community-based approach to marine conservation and ecosystems management. A big thank you to everyone who supports this project, and I hope you find the scene at Mwambao as inspiring as I do. Cheers.
My father was a teacher. I started school at the area called Kizimkazi, which is the south part of Zanzibar. That was in 1971, 72, 73. At that time, I remember my father's just along this shore, he could go and fish and get enough fish so that we could come and feed the family. But nowadays, you can't have such things.
Mwambao missions is to make sure that community are the center for the conservation. Community are the owner of their resources. Our motto is the ocean health is the community well. So we use a lot of effort to make sure that community feel like they are responsible for their conservation. They have to be aware in their mind that this need to be sustainable for today, but also for a future generation.
Mwambao is working in the northern coastal of Tanzania, in the Tanga regions, and also we are working in Zanzibar, in both two islands of Zanzibar, which is Unguja and Pemba.
Most of the people here depend on the ocean to get their incomes. So the demand for the marine species are higher and the fishing pressure are increased.
Mwambao, it has been divided into 5 main objectives: governance, resource mapping, livelihood activities, and networking, and the 5th one, policy. Currently, we have 86 staff, and from that we are working with 93 communities.
The connection that we build with the community is also it's amazing. We get to experience a lot, we learn a lot, we meet so many different people with different experiences. We were facilitating a seaweed training to seaweed farmers here in the village called Michanzani. Seaweed is used in many ways. For us humans, we use it as food. It can be used as raw materials for soaps, oils, Vaseline. But through the environment, it helps so much because it's one of the food for many marine organisms like fish and sea urchins. We were doing a practical session today. We established a farm, but also we introduced a technique that helps the farmers gain twice the production, the traditional method that they use. So I love the collaboration that we have there.
Mangrove are very important ecologically because they are the breeding habitat of many of the marine species. Also, mangrove are very important for absorption, for sequestration of the carbon. Mangrove actually is absorbing, say, maybe 4 or 5 times or even more than any other living tree in the world.
Mangrove, it has a lot of environmental importance, but now faces a lot of challenges, including people cutting it down for different purposes, like as building materials, but also they're using to make charcoal.
Restoration actually is two legs. There's an artificial restoration and natural restoration. So in our assessment, in our research, if we find that the area can naturally restore by itself, so then we don't have to go practically there. Unless if the area is very vast, it's a very big area, and then maybe it may take a lot of time to recover, so it is where then we do the practical restoration. So what we are trying actually is to recruit local people to do the things on themselves. So before you do practical, you need to have seedlings. So we have established some nurseries. And in our intervention of the nursery, actually, we found Mwambao Mangrove Nursery as one of the leading nurseries. They work round the clock. Every day you find them there, watering, doing some tending. They've actually shaded the mangrove nurseries, and they are fast learners. So we hope also to bring some other locals or maybe external students, whatever, to go and learn. They're good teachers also. So those are the wonders of the Mwambao.
There is so many threats that's facing the coral reef here in Zanzibar. For example, illegal fishing, but also it's like many other countries that we at the moment facing with the climate change, which actually lead to the bleaching of the corals. And at the end of the day, many corals died. We are working in close collaboration with our partners, Mwambao, on some projects like coral reef restoration. So we have some kind of clips and we hammer the water and then we attach the corals from the nursery to the damaged reef. And there the corals can grow and survive. But also there's some kind of technique using like the artificial reef balls.
We help the community. We train them to construct the reef balls. We expect the reef to be growing in that reef balls. It may take long, but even if there's no corals attached, you will find a lot of fish species used as habitats. So it provides a positive impact.
We say that conservation without benefiting the communities is not sustainable. Therefore, we are trying to keep measures that will improve the livelihood of those community members.
Mkuba in Swahili said mfuko wa kutunza bahari. It's the saving for the oceans. So Mkuba is the eco credit, whereby we give the money or seed fund to the community. So people now, they have alternative source of incomes and not depend 100% to the ocean.
Tangu Mkuba umeanza, kwa kweli manufaa niliyoyapata ni kwamba nachukua mkopo kwa ajili ya kufanya biashara zangu, kwa sababu mimi ni mjasiriamali. Biashara ninayofanya na shona nguo na pia na darizi mashuka. Kwa hiyo zimenisaidia kwa sababu nachukua zile pesa na nanunua material, nafanya zile shughuli zangu, nauza, napata faida kidogo, naendeleza maisha.
Mimi ni mwanachama katika vikundi vya Mkuba. Na niseme tu kwa sasa kwa shehia ya Gando ndo nasimamia vikundi vyote. Kwa hiyo walipotupatia elimu hiyo tukakubali. Tukaona ni jambo zuri na la faraja. Kwa hiyo tukajikusanya watu 30. Fedha tulizopewa zilikuwa shilingi 2,200,000. Lakini tulikusanya za kwetu tukafika mpaka 6,000,000. Zile za kwetu sisi tukafika 6,000,000 mbali ya hizi 2,000,000. Tunafanya shughuli za utunzaji wa mazingira kama ambavyo kwamba Mkuba wenyewe ndio unavyosema. Tunaenda kupanda mikoko, lakini tunaenda kusafisha fukwe, na baadhi ya siku tunaenda kupiga doria za miguu ili kuangalia uharibifu kama upo tuweze kutoa taarifa kwa wanaohusika ili wao waweze kuchukua hatua stahiki. Miongoni mwa faida ambazo kwamba mimi binafsi napata kwamba nachukua hela pale, lakini nasomeshia watoto, lakini narejesha, lakini nakopa pesa nyingine, naendeleza mradi wangu huu ambao nao wa masuala mazima ya ufugaji. Kwa hiyo ni jambo moja zuri na la faraja ambalo kwamba linatusaidia sisi kujikwamua katika hali ngumu ya kiuchumi.
The way we earn the trust of the community make me very proud. Yeah. And now community are well aware. They starting the plan and come to us. Mwambao, we need our support in terms of this, in terms of this, in terms of this. I feel very happy.
The population of Zanzibar is increasing, but also development is increasing very much, especially in the coastal areas. If we all take an effort on conserving our resources, but also to establish projects which are environment friendly, then we could see Zanzibar remain green even in the future, and even the marine resources then will continue to be there, and the other generations could benefit from it as well.
Thanks for tuning in to this third episode of Protect the World, Africa. As always, half the money that came into the Patreon this month was donated directly to Mwambao, plus a bit extra from my own savings. If you'd like to help me give more money to more amazing NGOs in the future, please consider signing up to the Patreon for as little as $5 a month. You can also help out by subscribing to my newsletter, following my work on social media, and sharing this video with your friends and family. You'll find all the relevant links, including to the Patreon, in the description or in my bio, depending on where you're watching this. Another huge thank you to everyone who supports this project, financially or otherwise. And I'll see you next month for another episode of Protect the World.